one more statement from every one of you. How big has been your company? How many employees have been working? So that would have really given a bigger picture of how strong could be the association between academia and your institution. Nevertheless, I'm very sure every one of you and every one of your industry has the great potential to rise up. And one thing which we have got to understand, entire American silicon is not because of industry. The entire American silicon is only because of universities. That is the reason why whole Silicon America is located around universities only. You could be seeing that almost all lead of IBM are invariably professors in one or the other university. Therefore, the interaction between an academia and an industry is not one-sided, where you absorb the people, or as many of you have put, that you look forward to train the people. Naturally, we were also, whoever is in industry today is also basically from a university at one point of time. I am focusing on a very interesting statement called on enhancing the gross qualification index. Now, you have been speaking about your industries. I asked you only one interesting thing: how many employees are there? Next question of mine would have been, what is their qualification level? What is industry doing to improve the qualification level of the industry? After all, most of the time, every industry has only one target of profit and equity. Profit, equity, and sellability, they are interesting, but what is the qualification level of the industry, so that industry could enhance its vision, industry could enhance thinking in a bigger way? In America, it did not happen at IBM. It happened because IBM was associated with institutes, right? That is most important point that we have got to understand. So, on enhancing the gas qualification index at naturally corporates, industries, and research organizations. Okay, can we go next? So, academic institutions generate the working professionals, right? Without academic institutions, working professionals are not created. And unfortunately, industries have always this statement that academic professions, academic institutions shall not generate the right working professionals, right? But it is wrong. Working academic institutions produce the working professionals, right? Go back, Verma. Okay, yeah, stop there. And then these working professionals naturally enter into industries, either as the makers of industries or as the employees of industries, right? Okay. Now, the industries have, well, go ahead. Industries definitely should be in a position to predict the future challenges, right? Unfortunately, most of the Indian industries don't do this. They just think about the immediate profit and immediate reachability in the entire world. They don't predict the future challenges. For example, in Mysore, there was a very, very, very good motorbike company called Java Motorbike Company, which could not think ahead of time at all. Had it thought ahead of time, today all those Suzuki, etc., would have signed a MOU with the Mysore's motorbike Java company, right? Okay, so industry should predict the future challenges. Go ahead next. And naturally, industries should be in a position to invest on the future challenges. Invest where? Not in terms of money alone. Invest on intellectual capital to solve these problems. These working professionals in the industry would provide that intelligence, would provide that talent, would provide that skill, because they are already into the present state of the art. So academic institution naturally would provide the knowledge base for that. Knowledge creation and product design would become possible by academic institution. Therefore, the attempt when I mention industry institution interaction is your working place should also become a learning place. Your working place should also become a researching place, not a place of business, not a place of ordinary production. We have got to think beyond producing, we have got to think beyond the days. So, working place should become the learning place and researching place. In other words, every professional in the industry should not be treated as only an employee, should also be treated as a learner all the time. That is most important. Okay, only then, please go to the next, only then techno-scientific explorations become possible. Otherwise, it all becomes one-sided academic research. So it has got to be techno-scientific exploration, right? That is what is the industry institution interaction should imply. Let us go to the next slide. So technocrat or techno-scientific professional, go next, have to be lifelong learners. Come on, whether our Indian industries have done this job, they have got to be lifelong learner. In fact, they have got to constant updating should happen at their end, like our teachers. In that sense, even a university is an industry because every teacher in our industry have to be lifelong learners and they have got to constantly update themselves. It is a professional demand to catch up with the changing technology, right? Let's go next. Should our professionals be, please think that, should our professionals be not a part of creating such technological change? Isn't it? We just are waiting for somebody to do the technological change and we want to just copy that. And to do that, ultimately, why should we be there? Why should my industry be there, right? So should our professionals be not a part of creating such a technological change? Go next. That's the question. So whether my employees or whether my industries in India are just going to be absorbers or going to be the creators. If you are simply absorbers, it means that you are trying to survive in the game. You are only survivors. All right? It is only a survival game that you are doing. Right? On the other hand, if you are creators, you are going to be the leaders. Right? But you cannot be the leaders on your own. You have got to be the leaders along with the academia because the foundation for leaders will originate from an academic institution. So my question next is, can our corporates, can our industries, can our research organizations remain always leaders? That is what is the question. Everybody, even a good hotel in Guntur should remain a leader hotel. A good medical nursing home should remain a leader medical nursing home, not an absorber of technology, but a creator of technology, right? That is where I look forward to the startups. I look forward to the big industries. I look forward to all of you to be associated with Vignan. And surely Vignan has a new model, right? Let us see. What is that? Vignan has a new model. So to motivate the working professionals to be the leaders, we definitely do with our students. But at the same time, we want to motivate the working professionals also to be the leaders. Working professionals also to be learners. And that's, they should become the creators of future. Unless the industries focus on that, industries in India cannot compete with industries either in Japan or in USA. Okay? Working place should become the learning place or a researching place. All right? So, in brief, the working desk should become a learning desk. Even in a bank, the working desk, the cashier should also convert that cashier desk into a learning desk. That is most important. All right? So, in a typical corporate or an organization, what should happen? Let us see. Very large number of people naturally will be diploma holders or BE, BTech or MSc, MCA graduates, right? Some of them will be MTech, ME graduates. Very few are PhD in your organizations, in big industries also. Technically, all these people are not ordinary. Technically, all these people are very sound. They could have completed a master's, they could have completed PhD respectively had they thought of, right? Because of the family reasons, or because there is an employment, or because of the middle class mindset, they would have joined the industry. Be it be a big industry like TCS, be it be a big industry like Wipro, but still this is the only the mindset. Okay, all right, let's go next. Now, identifying the problems of relevance in certain future, to create future for the corporates, pulling the bright workforce to work on them should be the aim of the industries. Okay, academic and research support, hand holding to such will be provided by higher institutions. We do the hand holding. There are several IITs, there are Vignans, we do the hand holding, leading to the award of higher degree to your employees. Higher degree, leading to the award of higher degrees also to your candidates, without necessarily requiring the learner to be on sabbatical deputation and hampering the work at workplace. We should continue the work at the workplace, and that work which he has been doing should also make him to earn a degree, right? That is the whole model that Vignan is going to come out with. So work desk to learning desk should become possible. Go next then. All right, so alternatively, can the, okay, you skip this can be skip this, let us go next. Let us do the SWOT analysis of this, the whatever the model. See, your strength is smart, talented, intelligent graduates, isn't it? Your strength in any industry, they are all very smart, talented, and very intelligent graduates. But what is the weakness? Please understand the weakness. Don't just always keep boasting that we have been doing the best. I would have told the same thing had the TCS been present here, or had Wipro been present here, or had Infosys been present over here. I would have told the same thing, and I have told squarishly to Infosys that is the mistake that they have been doing. Okay? Streamlined into routine process, isn't it? Isn't it? Streamlined into routine process. That is the weakness. And could become uncreative. They become uncreative over time, would become mechanized. All right? They all just become mechanized. Okay, that is a weakness. But what are the opportunities? Future plans and directions. Plenty. A set of creators are available within, if properly motivated. We are not identifying that creators are present within the company, but all that they need is a proper motivation and a proper trigger. Okay, an excellent combination of workforce coming from quality institutions. You don't recruit ordinary people, you recruit excellent people. So they have got an excellent combination of workforce coming from quality institutions, and now because of you, they have acquired the much required professional experience, right? Okay, that is the opportunity. But what is the threat? Threat is crisis handling demands. You have the crisis handling demand. Every time you put your people only to handle crisis, deliverables, crisis, that is the problem. Okay, lack of quality time to be the creators. You don't give quality time for them to create for your own company. Okay, unhealthy rivalry and competition amongst the peers. This is the threat. And now, can we overcome all of them? Yes, we can definitely overcome. Engage the workforce in constructive frameworks to design your future, to design the future for your company. So that's what Vignan is going to help you, and that is how Vignan should definitely be able to help you. Let's go next. So Vignan therefore has introduced MTech and MBA for working professionals by research. You don't need to come to our campus. We have got MTech program, we have got an MBA program for working professionals by research. PhD for working professionals. I am very sure, very, very passionately, Professor Dr. Lavu Rattaya Garu would explain about this PhD for working professionals also. So we have already introduced PhD for working professionals. Okay, go next. Right? The industry should identify. See, what you have got to do is, we don't want your research. We want you to identify your thrust area. You identify your thrust area. Go ahead. Problem should be jointly defined by industry and Vignan. We will help you to finally formalize the statement of the problem, which my friend just now has been telling, and Dr. Lavu Rattaya is very passionate about people describing the problem. Now problem should be jointly identified by the industry and Vignan, and there are plenty of problems. There shall be plenty of problems. Even a small interesting business has problem, right? Once the research problem is finalized, the registration happens. All right, go next. Based on the relevance of the research problem, courseworks are defined. Look, it is not an ordinary MTech program. It is not an ordinary PhD program. It is going to be based on the relevance of that problem. We define what type of coursework has got to be done by the candidate. So it is customized coursework. Therefore, one advantage is, it is not a generic MTech program or a generic PhD program that you could be afraid that he would leave after acquiring the higher degree. No, his whole MTech program is customized for you. Therefore, he feels obligated to be with you. All right, coursework could be completed at the industry end in a tech-savvy learning mode. We don't want him to come over here because, do you know why? Next slide tells me. So joint supervision is also possible because your experience, you are also great researchers. The evaluation is not examination centric, right? It is learning centric, and it is continuous assessment. It is through creative assignments, problem solving, interaction, presentation, and discussion, and so on. So if you want to really send your candidate full time, we will have you give a sabbatical provision and send him. Part time, no problem. But you assure him that he gets some quality time, on an average about 1 to 1.5 hours per day, not more than that. All right? Okay. So what I am trying to tell, there is an advantage for me. I don't want your students to come to me. Do you know why? Because your industry, your corporate will become an extended practice center for me. Because your students are your people, your employees are our students, and therefore, wherever our students are there, it is our lab. It is not your industry, it is our lab. Could you get it? So it becomes an extended practice center for the institute. State-of-the-art facility becomes available to Vignan. So you need not give us money. You give your students for your sake. You give your employees for your benefit. You give them for your future. But they will be only Vignan students, and because they are Vignan students, your place virtually becomes my lab, and therefore Vignan will have state-of-the-art facilities with it all the time. Is it okay? State-of-the-art facilities become available to Vignan. A practical, real-time, real-life workshop. So real-time, real-life workshop will be mine to create knowledge and to create the future. Is it all right? Okay, that's what the state-of-the-art facilities created simply will not be put into production activities only. It will be put into high-ended facilities, and smart workforce are involved to create the future direction for the company. Also, meaningful platform for industry institute interaction will be created. Okay, right then, that's gross qualification index automatically goes high, right? That's what has got to happen, right? Look at the employee people in IBM. Gross qualification index of an IBM company in USA is minimum MS, whereas gross qualification index of ISRO is hardly touching BTech. NASA, it is MS plus. ISRO is BE only, gross qualification index, right? Right? So we have always the scope to remain always a developing country, right? Okay, so gross future efficiency rises high. See, gross future efficiency. we don't talk about this. What should be my glass future efficiency? Options for future growth are always identified. Together we will do it. Many auxiliary industries, many auxiliary corporates would be given birth because of this. Very simple, right? So good, go ahead. All right, towards this, Industry Institute interactive startup, innovative activity. See, it is startups not only it is not institute, it is Industry Institute interactive startups. Could you get it? Industry Institute interactive innovation activities, entrepreneurship activities involving student, faculty, and industries should be devised. That is my big hope. Well then, you're all youngsters. The idea put in you will definitely take a bigger dimension and a bigger direction. Okay, right then this is not for this. Okay, we will just continue. Thank you very, very much.